It seems like a dream, doesn't it?
The half was missing is getting connected now.
Yes, yes.
Tell me awkward when you see awkward. I mean, this is going to be a very hard couple to watch for so many different reasons, but let's just focus on the reasons in this little segment itself in particular of the most recent episode. And the thing that I found very, very, I wouldn't say interesting, I wouldn't say frustrating, I don't really have the right word for it, but I don't understand why these two always have to have a moment of pausing between each time they both say something. They pause and then they just look at each other. And you know when somebody's looking at something, you're thinking, are you looking for, what are you looking for? Like, you're looking for an answer, you're looking for appraisal, you're looking for a connection, like what are we looking for here? Why are we pausing so much? You know what I mean? And the crazy thing is that we can't say it's a language barrier thing because you see, Debbie does it as much as he does too. But it's quite interesting because it kind of feels like as if one of them is waiting for the other one to take the lead. If anything, I'd say Oussama's probably waiting for Debbie to take the lead when it comes to just where the conversations are going to go. But let's continue watching.
Our strange connection.
Yep,
Only
strange
you and me
connection.
know.
Strange but beautiful.
Yes. You're my strange beautiful.
You're my strange beautiful too.
Like, even just those little things there, like, I've noticed that this guy has a pattern where he repeats what she says. Does he not have a voice of his own? But it's interesting because, to be honest with you, I know, we all know this is going to take a very interesting turn, you know, where he's going to come out of this show of just, you know, portraying himself to be this this boy wonder, portraying himself to be this young guy that just happened to fall in love with a woman older than him because it's not about age, it's about our soul. When this guy talks, I say to myself, why are you talking such bullcrap? Like, boom, bam, boy, just be real. He has to be one of the fakest of the fakest so far when it comes to just the way he is. But let's see obviously what goes along. Let's see also what else happens within this segment itself, in particular of them first meeting for first time, blah 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 blah, all that kind of mumbo jumbo boring stuff.
I feel like I'm in a dreamlike trance, almost like I can't stop myself from staring at him.
I can't stop myself from staring at it. I mean, that's the problem. You both need to just stop staring, to be honest with you. You both need to start actually having some sort of interaction. You need to both start, you know, behaving as if like you actually care to be within each other's same presence. Because right now, they're like two kids. No, was it kid? Yeah. Right now, they're like two kids. You know, like when you're a kid and all the girls have the lurgies, all the boys have the lurgies, but then you get that moment when you realize that you're the boy or the girl and you actually do like that boy and you actually do like that girl. And I'm talking about literally kids because this happens, right? And then all of a sudden you're just like, perfect example, Little Rascals. You must have seen the film Little Rascals, okay? When you got the girls, you got the boy, and then what's the name? Not Alfalfa, not Alfalfa. You know, and then you got the girl and, you know, who likes the boy, but all the boys are like, ugh. And then, you know, whenever they meet, it's always like an awkward tension, like, what happens next? And then when she talks, he talks. When he talks, she talks. And it's a repetition of what they're saying. Like, legit, this is what I'm seeing right here, right now. But let's not forget though, Oussama says, age isn't the factor, it's just that our two souls came together. If your two souls came together like this, I can promise you this right now. The first time you see someone that you love that much because your souls are so connected, you wouldn't be looking at them like, you wouldn't be talking and then pausing like, the first thing you would do is run over to that person, give them a big hug. Sometimes you might even pick them up and swing them around, kissing and everything. And then once you stop the hugging and kissing, that's when you stop, take a deep breath and you look at each other. And then you probably go again, or you say, I love you, or whatever it is you say, but the connection will flow naturally. It'll be healthy. This right here, I don't know who these two are trying to lie to. They're trying to lie to themselves, or they're just trying to deceive us as if we're blind. Because I can tell you this now, I ain't no Stevie Wonder. I can see very well. And your relationship, it doesn't seem very legit. And even if I was a deaf person, trust me, just by listening to the vibrations, I can just tell that the vibrations are telling me that there is no connection between you two. The vibrations are telling me that your souls are not connected. You know what I mean? So whether I'm deaf or blind, you ain't fooling me. But anyway, to be fair, even if I was both, it isn't possible. If I was both, I'd probably be saved from watching this misery and hearing any of it, to be honest with you. But let's continue. You know what? Tell a lie. These two kids actually had a way much better chemistry. They wasn't even as awkward as Mohammed and Debbie and Oussama. Yeah, they wasn't even as awkward. The fact that two kids have got a better connection than two grown adults. Come on. Let's talk about it. Sorry, but I had to find the clip. I was like, you know what? I have to find a clip. I've got to give an example. And of all the clips that I found, I was like, you know what? This is a good one to use, to be fair, because we're experiencing children having a better connection than these two. And most of the time, and as you know, in case you haven't seen the film, you know that the film itself is predominantly based, or not predominantly, but a part of it is based on, you know, the boys from his crew not liking girls. And then when they find out that he likes a girl, well, obviously in that scene, they actually do ruin the date for him, do they? Yeah, and I was right, it is Alfalfa. Alfalfa and Darla. Yes. But anyway, we continue with this nonsense that we have to watch on our TV screens as if it's actually legit, when it is nowhere near legit, because if you ask me, Debbie talks about how she's no Angela Dean and how she has better values and ideals than Angela Dean, but yet we are watching her on screen with a man that doesn't even give her nowhere near to the affection that at least Michael gave Angela Dean. But anyway, we continue.
Starting our life, it's like, this is my happily ever after, the moment I've waited my whole life for.
You know what? I don't know if it's Criminal Minds, but yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Criminal Minds. You know, every episode there's a different villain. Every episode there's someone else doing something madness that they have to catch and they have to decode. You know, obviously whatever clues and all that kind of stuff, right? They even do in Dexter, to be fair, funny enough. But there is one, and I'm pretty sure this is something that we've probably seen in different TV shows, maybe even movies as well, where there's always this criminal who lives a fantasy. In fact, yes, in Criminal Minds, there's a criminal that they watch, so that they have to catch. And this is a man that lives in a fantasy where he is trying to recreate an image that doesn't exist, an image that died years ago, okay, with his father. And what he does is that he recruits. This is actually going to go quite dark, to be fair, so TMI, you know what I mean? Trigger warning. Well, not just TMI more. But the whole idea behind this guy is that he will go and kidnap people, and then he makes them into little puppets. He'll pierce holes in them and everything, and then he tries to control them on stage, you know, via inflicting pain on them, whatever, right? Because he's trying to create this fantasy because he can't let go of this thing that was in his head many, many years ago when he was a kid that his dad put in front of him, right? He's trying to complete that theater action, right? Debbie reminds me of this, man. And I'll tell you why, because the way she talks and the way she is, it's like she watched maybe a film. It's like she watched a Disney film, or, you know, any type of animation film that involves love, right? I've never seen Frozen, but I'm gonna use an example anyway, to be honest with you, right? But you know when like someone is so fixated on something, they're fixated at a certain point in their life that they can never ever leave it. Because the way she's like, this is my way for my whole entire life. I feel like I'm watching an animation. I feel like my example just kind of went a bit south there, to be fair. You know, forget that example, but the point I'm trying to make is that I feel like this woman is fixated at a certain point in her life that she can't let go of, and that's why she's probably in this little you know what? I've watched my point, to be honest. I hope I made it somewhere somehow, but end of the day, man, I feel like there's something actually. I may be wrong for saying this, okay? Because I guess I'm not expert for saying this, but I wouldn't be surprised if there was something actually wrong with her, if you know what I mean. Because the animation behind I'm losing the plot. This is the moment I'm waiting for my whole time. Anyway, I'm ending the video now, and I'm not remaking it because everything else is a gem. Anyway, I'm gonna go off now and watch Little Rascals. You know what I mean? Bring myself back to reality because that film was jokes, and that's one of my childhood films. So yeah, I'm out. Anyway, peace. Bye. Yep.